Hi, I'm Sylvia from sylviachurchy.com, and today's video is about why I don't talk about how much money I make in my business. Let's go. Okay, so everywhere you look online, there are lots of coaches, consultants, speakers talking about how much money they make. They will be talking about how much money they make per year, or they started down here earning very little and suddenly they're up here earning $1 million, or they had a six-figure launch or a five-figure launch. So there's a lot of conversation around money. And this is something that I do not take part in. And this can seem quite strange or quite controversial, especially being a money coach. I think that a lot of people would assume that I would talk about how much money I make freely, but I don't. There are three specific reasons why I don't talk about how much money I make in my business. The first one is I don't think it's anyone's business. And I think the only time that people make it someone else's business is when it benefits their business. So what I mean by that is that the people who are talking about it, who are talking about how much money they're making and what they've achieved, are generally doing it as a marketing ploy, a way of getting you to work with them. Hey, I'm not judging. You have to do what you have to do. And this is a way of showing that they have that capability, showing that they have the skills and that they can show you how to do it too. It's just not for me. If people want to work with me, I want them to come and work with me based on reputation, based on what they believe I can offer them, based on my experience, and basically because they believe that I can help them. Not because I'm talking about how much money I'm making and then promising that I can help them make the same amount of money too. The second reason I don't talk about how much money I make in my business is because it's so one-sided. People are continually talking about their revenue, how much money they made, how much money they brought in, where they started and where they ended up revenue-wise. No one is talking about how much money they're spending. No one is talking about their bottom line. No one is talking about what profit they're making. Yes, there are some out there who show you the full picture, and that's great because it's really important to do that. So if you are going to talk about how much money you're making, I would love to see more of the behind the scenes, what it actually costs you to get there. When people are telling me that they made a six-figure launch, but then they spent almost six figures to get to that launch, that's not inspiring, really, is it? So we really need to see the full picture. But when you're only talking about how much revenue you brought in, it can just give a false illusion, and it's just not the right way to go about showing people how to build a successful business. The third reason I never talk about how much money I make is because I don't find it that inspiring. I know that a lot of people share this, and some people do share it genuinely to inspire others, to show them what's possible. And look, that's great. But to me, honestly, I am not inspired by someone else coming on and telling me how much money they make. Oftentimes, for a lot of women, it just tends to make you feel bad about yourself. If you're starting and you're seeing someone else and what they've achieved, yes, it can be inspiring to believe that you can achieve that. But when they're talking about specific money and you're struggling with your money, or you're not quite getting anywhere with your business right at this moment, it can feel downright lousy and it can make you want to give up. And I don't find it inspiring at all. So I don't want to contribute to that conversation. I think it's important for women to talk about money for sure, but to talk about money and how they feel about it, how they react to it, what they might be blocking, what they can do to release some of that. What are some of the limitations? What are some of the old beliefs, the old stories? And when you have this kind of conversation, then it's very liberating. It really allows women to open up to receiving more money, to being able to go and put themselves out there and be more visible to attract more customers, to attract more clients. And that's the conversation that needs to be had around money. To talk about money freely that wasn't discussed at home, that wasn't discussed at school. But when it just focuses on how much revenue someone is making, no, that just does not feel right. So if you liked this video, please click the like button and please share with other women in business who you think can really benefit from this. And please feel free to leave me some comments below. Thank you so much and see you next time.